All right, so let's hop in on the Dodgers Giants series. I think this is going to be a really interesting one. As I kind of mentioned earlier, I think this is going to be a measuring stick for them, measuring stick series, I should say, for them. They are now one game behind the Dodgers currently. They're 40-29. Dodgers are 41-28. Dan kind of mentioned earlier, had they won today, they actually would have been tied for first in the division. Um, this is a big series, and I mean, and anytime you play the Dodgers, it's a big series, whether it's in April or October. I mean, obviously some are bigger than others, but it's it's always a big series when you're playing the Dodgers. And you're kind of, unfortunately, you're catching Yamamoto. Maybe fortunately for people watching, because Webb versus Yamamoto is a really good way to open it up. But unfortunately, you're facing Yamamoto. And other than that, though, I mean, their pitching staff's really struggled. Their bullpen has really struggled. Some of their big money signings back there, Tanner Scott has been super underwhelming for them. And half their pitching staff's injured right now. So I think there's an opportunity, at least. If Logan Webb can set the tone in game one, they've really got a shot, because Kershaw's like a fossil at this point. Although now that I said that, he's going to throw like 7 shutout innings against the Giants. But Kershaw's getting old. Rookie move. Sorry, people. And Dustin May has potential, but the guy's been like on and off the IL for 2 years. So we'll kind of have to just wait and see. But I'm actually pretty excited for this.
Yeah, it should be a good one. I mean, if they can squeak out tomorrow's game, I think everything's up from there, because, Webb versus Yamamoto, that might very well be one of those classic, 2-1 type games. And if they can win that, I feel very good about going into game 2 with Root versus Kershaw. Dustin May, you don't really know what you're going to get. I mean, he's got really good stuff, but he's had a really rough go of it as of late. Kind of same thing with like Tony Gonsolin and the handful of guys that they have been running out there that have been healthy this year. But man, the offense has really got to keep doing what they're doing against Colorado, because, if you're going into this series with the Dodgers, you gotta take advantage of their pitching staff, even their bullpen. If you can get into their bullpen early, you're gonna have a chance, because they've been getting real beat up on that end. You even saw them concede a game like 2 1/3 innings early against the Padres by throwing Kike in like I think 1 out in the 7th, 1 or 2 outs in the 7th. So they're hurting for arms, and they're really trying to, preserve guys as much as possible because of how depleted they've been. And I mean, you've even seen them pick up all sorts of guys off the scrap heap, trying to fill out their AAA and big league rosters with bullpen arms. So you've really got to take advantage of that if you want any chance, because even with the injuries they have going, they've been still hitting the ball. They lead the league in home runs still, I believe, and they're right up there in runs scored as well. So you really got to take advantage, and you really got to lean on guys like Casey and Willie to stay hot at the plate.
No, you just nailed it. The last part right there. It's like I touched on. You got to hope that their momentum that they've built in Colorado transferred over to the series, because if you can take 2 out of 3 against LA and capture that number 1 spot in the division, you bet they're going to be hyped to carry that momentum going forward. So, yeah, just it'll be a fun series regardless. That's all I know. Also, Jeremiah says appreciate it to you guys.
Yeah, what are we wearing on our head here?
This is the most LA thing I've ever seen. This is terrible.
What's funny is him coming in that early caused all sorts of heat. People talking about how they need to ban position players from coming into games now, because the Dodgers specifically have been completely overusing it to save arms and just saying, we're down by 6-7 runs, we'll give up on this game.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, Roberts 100% does that. I mean, Melvin kind of did that in a 1-run game at Coors. Bivens in for an extra inning.
Oh, man. And they still got away with it.
Though, hey,
still got away with it.
Yeah. Yep. It's just hilarious. No, I just Oh, wait, you said Jeremiah said something? Did you message him or was
Yeah.
it just in the chat?
No, I shot him a message. I let him know that
Okay.
we said congrats and happy that he's back.
Ah,
It was
gotcha.
just like, appreciate you boys.
That's awesome. But yeah, so we'll see what happens with LA. I mean, as bad as their pitching has been, they have been, their offense is ridiculous. It's so deep, top to bottom. I mean, when like Michael Conforto is your worst hitter on your offense right now, and I know he hit a homer in San Diego, so I don't know how his season's gone. I know he was off to a horrible start. I don't know if he's turned that around at all, but um, you know, they're still deep. I mean, the bottom of their order is guys like Michael Conforto, Hai-Sung Kim, Max Muncy is still around. Like these aren't just total scrubs. Like we make jokes about Conforto, but I mean, if he's your worst hitter, then you're probably doing pretty damn well, and they have been. So it's gonna be a tough test. Yeah, go ahead.
If they get Conforto on with nobody on, I say they intentionally walk the person in front of him to get to him and put him in a double play situation every single time. You have him leading off an inning, or you have him coming up second in an inning, put a guy on so you can get 2 outs right off the bat.
Yeah,
just roll over King.
Yeah, I will say this: Conforto doesn't. If he gets hot, maybe I'd be like a little more concerned. But
yeah,
we've seen a lot of him the last couple of years, and he doesn't exactly strike fear in me right now. But that said, Nick Ahmed didn't strike fear in me, and he won a game for the Dodgers last season by homering off the Giants. So yeah. that happens sometimes.
yeah.
I think at the minimum, and I hate setting the standards this low, but like at the minimum, you got to at least win one of these games. Like it is in LA, and it's the defending champions. As much as that pains me to say, no matter what the situation with their pitching is, they still have like 3 MVPs in their lineup. It's still a deep lineup. They're gonna score runs. I'm not confident the Giants are going to be able to score a bunch of runs this series. I'm kind of hoping that they at least can win one of these games like 3-2. With no Chapman and a lot of question marks all up and down the lineup, it's we're gonna have to just wait and see there. But they have to at least win one of these games. If they can win 2, that's gonna be amazing for me.
Yeah, 1 would be nice. 2 would be great. Take the lead in the division.
Yeah, I think even just 1 would be acceptable at this point, because then you're talking at least, you'd be splitting the road trip and then you come home. Well, you'd have a day off first, and then you'd get 6 games at home against Cleveland and Boston. Neither of them are playing like insanely great baseball right now. Cleveland is still over 500, but then after that, you get another day off, and then you got 3 at home against Miami. So you have a chance to kind of really get back to getting on another little winning streak. And then you have the White Sox and the D-backs and the A's all on the road back to back to back. So you have a really good chance at the end of June to really take advantage and kind of start stacking some wins and build yourself a little bit of a cushion. They got up to 11 over 500, and then now they're back down to 10, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Is that correct? Yeah. So they have a chance to really build off that momentum and really get back to getting, maybe they can even get up to like 15 over 500 at that point. So then if you hit a tough little stretch where you do kind of struggle before the trade deadline, then you have an opportunity to kind of still tread water a little bit.